Hey y'all, so in this video I will be showing you how I make caramel chocolate covered apples. So if you're interested, please stay tuned. Okay, so first you want to start with some Granny Smith green apples. You can purchase them at your regular supermarket or Walmart. Place them in a pot of boiling hot water for about 30 seconds. This method helps to reduce and remove the wax off the apple so that your caramel can stick on without sliding off the apple. Make sure to rotate the apples so that each side is fully covered, and which in turn will remove the wax from the full apple. Now place the apples into a bowl of ice cold water for about 15 to 20 seconds, and then repeat the process for the rest of the remaining apples. Once the cleaning process is done, it will give the apple a dull looking appearance, and that is okay. It doesn't mean that the apple is bad. Now you will take a paper towel or a dry cloth and you will dry off all of your apples. When removing the stem, you just want to take the stem, twist the apple, and take it until the stem comes out completely. Once the apples are dried, you will start to notice a liquid solution seeping from the apples, and this is called the sap. The sap of the apples is when the apples is trying to dry after the cleaning process. You will notice it's like a sticky solution that's normally little spots on the bottom of the apple or on the top of the apple. Quickly just remove them with a dry paper towel. Now you will just let your apple sit for 24 to 48 hours. After it has been drying for 24 to 48 hours, now we will insert our sticks. There are a variety of sticks that you can purchase anywhere. There are smaller sticks if you would like to insert very fancy straws or anything. It's up to your discretion. Inserting the stick is very simple. You just take the stick and push it where the stem used to be. You just might need to use a little force to actually get it down in there. Make sure not to pierce the apple all the way through. Repeat the process for the remaining apples. You will notice a little bit of the juice coming out of the apple from where we inserted the stick. You just take a paper towel and just wipe it dry. When making apples for a customer or an event, I would say to pick your best apples that sit nicely on the table. Some apples just come in various sizes and different variations that sometimes the stick may look crooked or the apple is not sitting perfect on the table, but these were for me and my family to consume, so I was not concerned about them looking presentable. Being a home baker for quite some time now, I've learned that there are some shortcuts that you can take that'll still give you a wonderful product. Here I have some caramel bits that I would like to use when making this caramel for these apples. I love to make homemade caramel from scratch, but this method can also work just as much and save you a little bit of time. Add your caramel bits to a pot on medium-high heat. When doing this process, you're going to have to use a spatula to keep mixing your caramel bits when they are trying to melt. Caramel can burn very quickly when not monitored, so please keep your eyes on your caramel. Add 1 tablespoon of coffee creamer of your choice. Keep stirring until your caramel is becoming melted. I will just keep adding 1 tablespoon of coffee creamer until I notice it's the desired liquid consistency that I like when my caramel is melting. If you notice it is still too thick, add more coffee creamer. It should give you a nice subtle drip, and that's when you know that it is done. Before dipping, wipe down your apples one last time so that there is no moisture, just in case. Dip your apples in the caramel mixture, slightly turning all the way till you get a full coverage of caramel over the apple. Let the caramel drip down into the pot before wiping the bottom of the caramel off by sliding on the side of the pot. Don't worry about the flat bottom that the caramel will make once placed on the silicone mat or parchment paper. I will show you a trick on how to get rid of that flat surface. Repeat the process for the remaining apples. If you notice your caramel hardening up, just place it back on low heat just to get it back to the consistency that you want it. Then resume your dipping. This caramel bits bag yielded me 6 apples. I left 2 apples without caramel for my children who don't like caramel. Here are 6 apples that are caramel dipped. This is the flat bottom that I was telling you. Here is a quick tip that I have. Whatever surface you use to place the apples after dipping, you just transfer it to another surface. So in this case, I transfer from my silicone mat to parchment paper. Here are different chocolates that you can use. I went for the orange candy melts. You can check out my video on how to dip cake pops to learn how to melt chocolate. Here I am taking one of the apples that I didn't dip in caramel, and I'm doing the same process as if I was doing the caramel. You're going to take the pot and twist the apple around in a circular motion so that you get full coverage on each side. You will shake the apple slightly, letting the excess chocolate drip off of the apple, and then you will take the bottom of the apple and slide it against the small pot to get rid of the excess. You will repeat the same process with the caramel apple, but the difference is with the caramel is that you don't want to slide it on the side of the pot because you don't want any of the caramel to slide into the chocolate. So just shake it off and place it on your silicone mat. And there you have it. You can decorate them any way you want. I chose a carrot theme being that we are in the Easter season, so it just fit. I used the rest of the chocolate to give me the drizzle on the apples, and then I used fondant as the Easter decorations. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you all for tuning in, and I hope this tutorial was helpful. Happy Easter, everyone. See you in my next one. Bye.